Hey, what's going on, YouTube family and friends? This is Bear Brown. Thanks for coming to my garden channel today, where I'm here helping you grow something tasty. In today's video, I'm excited. I'm going to talk to you about how to grow giant watermelons at home. All right, so I know some people have been asking me what do I use, so I'm gonna go through and give you some ideas of things that I use. So we're gonna go ahead and go right into it. All right, step number one, when you're trying to grow these giant watermelons, you wanna make sure that you grow the right variety. If you pick a variety that only grows to be 10 pounds, you're not gonna be successful at growing a monster. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna give you some suggestions of some watermelons that you can grow. There are many different types of melons, so I'm not gonna list them all. The first one, you can grow the Congo watermelon. This watermelon gets to be 20 to 30 pounds. So it's getting to giant status. All right, the next one, I grew this last year for the first time. This is the golden honey. It's a yellow meat watermelon on the inside. Tastes great. It goes to be 20 to 30 pounds also. Now on my thumbnail, that big monster watermelon, that is a crimson sweet watermelon. That watermelon was 38 pounds. I didn't grow it last year, it was the year before. I don't have any footage because I just started gardening on YouTube last year. All right, so this next one I'm excited about. It is the Carolina Cross melon. These melons grow to be 100 to 200 pounds. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna grow a 100 to 200 pound watermelon, but I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, now, there is another watermelon that I want to mention because a subscriber named Marie Vadine, she said that her husband she showed her husband one of my videos and he got excited. So he went out and bought the orange tender sweet melons, and I know those grow to be massive as well. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them about their watermelon that they're gonna be growing when the growing season comes. So we're gonna be ready for that. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you step number 2 for me. I gotta make sure that I have my seedlings in great condition. All right, if you wanna buy seedlings, that's cool, but I like to start mine so I can grow a large variety of melons. So what I use this tray, and this tray is from Bootstrap Farmer. And the reason why I use this is because the melon plants, they grow to be very, very large. This cup is pretty large for me because I'm going to plant my watermelons about 3 to 4 weeks before my last frost date. And that's gonna give it enough time to grow in this, and then I don't have to repot it. All right, so this is a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inches. So that's more than enough space for my watermelons to grow. And I also like this hard plastic, so it's kind of pricey, but you use these over and over and over, it's gonna save me in the long run. And if you want to purchase one of these, I can put it in my affiliate link at the bottom, but you don't have to do that. You can just grow in anything that you want to, but this is easy for me and I can reuse it. All right, so that's the first thing. And what I like to put inside my starts, I like to use this Happy Frog mix. Now, the only time I use the Happy Frog mix is when I start all my seedlings. So when I start my watermelons, when I start my kale plants and everything else, I buy 2 bags of this. This is also, you can get this from Amazon, and I'll put it down in my affiliate link from Amazon. And the bag it's about $30 a bag. You can get the 2 bags that are, let me see, the size is 2 cubic feet, and that helps. That gets all my starts. I plant a lot of plants, so those 2 bags will be good enough for me. All right, so the reason why I use this is because I said I don't want to transplant plant, and also when I leave my starts in there, I don't have to worry about fertilizing, because this right here has all the nutrients that my plants are gonna need until I can get them out in my area for my food forest. So this works for me. I've tried it last year, and so I'm gonna continue to use it just for my starts, because it is kind of pricey. I wouldn't buy a lot of bags to put it out on my garden, but just for my starts, because I want healthy plants so I can put them out. All right, now when I get ready to plant my starts, of course I dig the hole out, and then before I place my starts in there, I like to put Mycos on the roots, and you got to make sure that you get it on the roots, because this is going to have a lot of amazing benefits. And if you looked on some of my videos last year when I was planting my starts, I used them for my pepper plants, I used them for my kale plants. Everything that I planted, I used it, even, and of course my watermelons. So what it does, this mycorrhiza, so it's going to improve your root structure, and your roots are going to get a lot larger. All right, so when the roots get larger, what happens? It's going to take up more nutrients. And when I'm trying to grow one of those big, massive watermelons, then I'm going to be grateful that my roots are getting thicker, so that it can increase the intake of nutrients and water. So that's the reason why I use this. And also it promotes natural biology. So you're going to have the microbes in the soil. They're going to benefit from using the mycorrhiza. And it says that it's great for vegetables, it's great for fruits, herbs, and flowers. And the good thing, it will not burn your plants. It's not going to burn your roots. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I put too much on it. But you do want to make sure you get it on the roots. And also, when I get ready to backfill, after I put the soil back in, I like to take compost and put it over the top before I cover it up with my wood chips. And I would make a suggestion. You may want to think about getting some type of mulch to put on top of it, because that's going to help with watering. And once the mulch breaks down, it is going to feed your melon plants. And so that's going to be even more nutrients that plant is going to get, so the bigger that melon is going to get. So you should consider thinking about mulching as well. You can mulch with wood chips. If you don't want to use wood chips, you can use leaves. I would grind them up in the lawnmower and then put it around, or you can use your grass clippings. Once you cut the grass, and if you have a bagger, lay it around and watch it work. All right. Now the next tip for making sure we get these giant watermelons, you want to make sure that you feed your plants. And all you have to do is get some compost tea. And if you have compost in your backyard, just go ahead and scoop up your compost, get your 5-gallon bucket, put the compost in, use a bubbler, and you want to make sure that you at least let it bubble for 24 hours to 48 hours. All right, but 48 hours is what I do. I think it's the best. All right, so I don't let it go past 48 hours. After that, I take my compost tea and I water my plants. All right, so if you don't have compost in your backyard, you can go and buy compost. All right, so if you are in need of compost, because I have been using Boogie Brew for about 3 to 4 years, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just like these products that I'm using. All right, so this is Boogie Brew. This bag, they're gonna have 2 bags inside of here. It's a 2-part tea, and it has the instructions right here of how to use it. And this is good for 50 gallons. All right, so you can think about using that, and if I can find the link, I'll put it down in the Amazon affiliate link for you. And I know I've had a lot of people ask me different things that I use, and I have to go back and try to find it. So this will help cut down with that, so I can just put everything that I use. And you don't have to use every single thing. And I know, like I said, everybody's budget may be a little bit different. So if you don't think you want to even try it, you don't have to. I'm just showing you the things that I use. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, and the next tip, the last tip, I believe, I have to double check, I think it's the last tip. You want to make sure that you prune your vines. All right, and I had another subscriber, I believe a month ago, Brother Lee. Hey, what's up, Brother Lee? He asked me when I prune my vines, how many watermelons should I leave if I want to have them to grow pretty large. So what I would say, I got a couple of answers to this question. So if you're trying to grow large melons, chances are you want to have 1 melon per vine. And if you want to try to get them as big as possible, I will pick 2 vines and then have 1 melon coming off one vine, 1 melon coming off the other. And all you do is, once you get the melons right here, you clip the vine, and then you can put that in the compost area. And when you clip that vine, all the energy that was going to that vine, that is going to that watermelon. So the watermelon is going to get big. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you don't have that many plants, say you have maybe 2 or 3 plants, I would not cut it down to just 2. I would try to cut it down so I can have 1 melon on each vine, and then see how many melons I can get, because your melons are not going to be as big, but you will have more melons. So it's just it's up to you what you want. If you want more melons, just go down to 1 vine. They may not be as big because that's a lot of energy going to each vine. So that's why I said it was a more than one answer to that. But if you want the biggest melon, I'll leave it to 2. And the reason why I say leave it to 2, because if something happened to one of the melons, you still got a melon left on the vine, and you're not just without. So that's why I would not suggest just having 1 melon per plant unless you have several plants and you just want to see how big you can get it. All right, so those are the tips for growing those giant watermelons, and I want you to grow giant watermelons, and let me know how it turns out, and I'll see you next time. This is Bear Brown. Have a great day, and remember, grow something tasty.